What's more likely?
Never say never, but never.
And joining us here for this Friday's What's More Likely is Andrew Hawkins. Go for it, Chris. Let's do it together.
Hey, guys. Hawk, thanks for joining us. Let's get right to it. Who is the more likely quarterback to be drafted ahead of the other? Will Levis or Anthony Richardson?
What do you think? What's more likely?
Oh, man.
This script is flipped as well. It was Richardson over Levis a million times out of a million. Right about 2 weeks ago, this script is flipped right now as well.
Yeah. I would say they're interestingly like kind of in a similar boat, but I would say Levis.
And I'll still stick with Richardson. I still believe when all is said and done that Richardson is going to be a guy that has the bigger upside if he can do the run pass thing in a way that I think he can. I don't know. I'd be stunned if he's left on the board and he's the one who drops into the lower first round, lower part of the first round, or the top 10 if he drops down the top 10. That would be I'd find that surprising, but we got 13 more days to go. Do you consider it a red flag from Will Levis that he eats his bananas with the peel on? Have you heard about that?
I thought that was a little strange. It definitely gave me serial killer vibes, but I think every player has an edge to him.
What if he did that in a locker room that you were in? Like he's just sitting there and he just takes a banana and takes a bite out of it like it's a sandwich.
Yeah, if he was a rookie and we just drafted him and he grabbed the banana and didn't peel it and took a bite, I'd say, wow, they made the wrong decision.
Yeah, they would. You'd say there would be some sort of kangaroo court. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we split on that one, Chris. What else you got?
92% on our poll thinks eating a banana without peeling it is a red flag.
Oh, you put that on a poll?
Put that out.
I didn't know that.
92%.
So wait a minute. That means there's 8% of people who say that's
all good.
Honestly,
not a big deal.
So if we put, hold on a second, we put 100%, 100 people in a room.
Yep.
And had an individual stand up in front and just bite that and say, "Does this you consider this strange or not?" There would be 8 people that would say no.
They'd be like, "Yeah, it's fine."
8 people that are like, "Yeah, I'm not uncomfortable."
What the hell
with this dude eating banana peels?
That's bizarre.
Very strange.
What else? What else you got?
All right. Speaking of strange, the idea that the Texans might not take a quarterback. So what's more likely to be drafted second overall? Any quarterback or Will Anderson?
Quarterback.
Me too.
There's no way.
That has been, by the way, something that has been 100% put out there. Schefter did it first to say it earlier this week. Albert Breer came on and backed it up for sure. They're not sold that the Texans are going to take a quarterback second overall.
You know what? I think in this game is interesting because I think a lot of times, like even I'm answering questions of what I think will happen and not what I believe should happen.
Yes, sir.
Right? Because in the draft, especially for new coaches, the best thing to do is to not take a quarterback, especially in your first year.
Yes.
Or just hang on to the quarterback you have because it gives you a longer shelf life.
Yes.
Because then you always have the out of, I got to find my quarterback. I thought Gruden was always great at that. He would come into a job and never commit to the guy he had, no matter how good he played.
Right.
Because he always needed the out of, you suck, I need to go find a new guy. And that allows you to stay a head coach for a longer period of time. So I get that.
I never thought of it that way.
You know, in the context of, again, people keeping their jobs, I just don't think it's a smart thing to do.
I don't believe they're going to be picking second overall and seeing either Stroud or Young there and go, yeah, we'll take somebody else. I would find that hard to believe, but
they would have to trade down, right? Like that becomes
well, they also have 12. They have this 12th overall pick sitting there, and if Richardson does drop or Levis does drop, or Hendon Hooker sitting there, and you kind of just say, we'll take him and
start
push
Davis Mills,
right?
And let him develop.
I don't know, or draft neither and go call the Patriots and say, is Mac Jones really available? Remember that time you called us earlier in March? Is he still available?
Man,
we're not getting number 12 for him.
No.
My son is really high on Hendon Hooker.
Is that right?
Yeah, my 11-year-old son. He likes to break down the quarterback. Well, he did a scouting report last year, and he had Hendon Hooker as one of the top guys for last year's draft. He thought that could have made it happen. His drafts, he loves. He's a ball hawk. He gets into it.
Okay. Well, he is a hawk.
He is a hawk, technically.
Right, correct. Yes.
But he scouts like an 11-year-old.
Yeah, did you see how far he threw it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on my Twitter somewhere. I'm sure I'll find the search and then we'll
Very good. We'll do that. What else you got over there?
Hey, guys, did you hear the Ravens have a new receiver? Did you guys hear that?
No. Did they?
Odell Beckham.
Oh, who's that?
Now in Baltimore. What's more likely? Odell catches 10 or more touchdowns this year, or the Ravens miss the playoffs?
Oh. This is a Patriot coming up with this question. 10 or more touchdowns. Yes.
Or
Ravens aren't missing the playoffs.
Ravens aren't missing the playoffs.
The Ravens aren't missing the playoffs.
Really?
No. They didn't have Lamar for a third of the season last year. They didn't have a wide receiver catch a touchdown for 2/3 of the season last year. They didn't have Mark Andrews for the full season last year.
Preach.
They didn't have any of that, and they still not only made the playoffs, but without Lamar, almost knocked off the Bengals and would have if Tyler Huntley had only gone low instead of high when they were on the half-yard line. What else?
Hold on.
Am I wrong?
If I had a nickel for every time I should have went low instead of going high.
All of that. All of those are facts. But let's look at this logically by looking at the standings. Which of these teams do you expect to make the playoffs this coming season? The Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes, I'll check that box.
The Buffalo Bills.
I'll check that box.
The Cincinnati Bengals.
I'll check that box.
How do you feel about the Jacksonville Jaguars?
I don't know, but somebody from the South has got to win, so they'll just check that box.
So there's one spot.
Right.
How about the Los Angeles Chargers?
I need to be sold.
Miami Dolphins?
I need to be sold.
All right, so if you think all of those teams are suddenly you need to be sold on, who's going to take their spots?
I think the Ravens
You think the Jets are making the playoffs, don't you?
Well, if Aaron Rodgers shows up soon.
Last segment,
he's coming.
You told me he was already there.
He's coming.
Okay, what about the Denver Broncos? Think they're going to be improved this year?
Yes, but not making the playoffs.
Not playoffs.
How about
Thank you,
the
Andrew.
Titans? One of the teams has to win that division, right?
Yeah, just one team's going to make it. That's all.
Half the teams every year don't make it. Who made it the year before?
Is there anything that I've said that did not stutter? The Ravens are going to make it.
The Ravens are going to make it.
The Raiders here's the thing. They're going to be better? Come on, guys.
Lamar Jackson is going to play the whole season. And
for Baltimore, right?
For Baltimore.
Okay.
I think at this stage, draft, whatever happens. But Lamar Jackson plays the whole season. He's one of the winningest quarterbacks. And I know that's not a quarterback stat, but that coupled with what they have defensively and how they run the football, and to his point, they're in the playoffs without him. If he's there, if Lamar Jackson is playing and he's in a contract year, and I've been in a contract year, this is the most important contract probably season of his career.
Yes.
Players have I don't know how the stars align, but you do everything in your power to be on the field and play the best that you can. And under that scenario, there's no way a playing Lamar Jackson team does not make the playoffs.
With Odell having 10 or more touchdowns.
Good luck, guys. All right, another football one, and we'll get to a couple of NBA. Now that Dan Snyder's out, who makes it back to a Super Bowl first? Commanders or Cowboys?
That's easy.
Oh, TJ.
That's simple. Come on, cuz.
Who makes it back to a Super Bowl first?
He's got to think about it.
Yeah.
Because the Commanders have got some playmakers now. And at some point, one would think Chase Young is going to come back healthy. They got some playmakers now.
I don't see.
Think about the
Cowboys. I don't feel like the Cowboys are. I don't look at them and say, "Oh, they're going to win a Super Bowl soon." I don't look at the Commanders and say that either.
But you have to choose what's more likely here. That's what you got to do.
We see the Cowboys in this for a very long time. I actually like the teams and organizations doing this because you take Bengals-style jumps at some point. I don't know. I probably would say the Commanders. To be honest.
He talked himself into it.
I mean, I definitely don't want to boo you, but I have to
boo me too.
I can't boo you, man.
It's okay.
I'm gonna let it slide.
Although his Cowboys flag is down. I don't know where it's.
It's over here.
Let's put it. Okay.
Yeah, I put away for the offseason.
And just for you, I'll take the Cowboys. I'll just take it. Yeah, just for you. There you go. I don't know if you can hang that like your flag, but catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.